In the depths of our solar system, right now, an event is unfolding that astronomers have waited for and feared for decades. Between Earth and an activating interstellar object, a strange visitor appears, stays for only a few days, and then vanishes, as if it never existed at all. And in the very moment it dissolves into the cosmos, another object, 3I Atlas, suddenly wakes up and begins releasing streams of plasma that no existing model can explain. If this is a coincidence, it's far too perfect. If it's a message, it's meant for us. You've already seen the thumbnail. Now, let's uncover what is really happening out there, where the universe usually stays silent. Chapter 1. The Cosmic Catalyst. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, the Space Weather Guy, the Cosmic Bro, whatever you want to call me. I'm here to track the energy. And right now, the energy is all focused on 3I Atlas. This is maybe the biggest update, the most striking piece of data we have yet on this object. But we need to rewind for a second to set the stage because the context here is everything. Remember, 3I Atlas is our interstellar visitor, following in the footsteps of Oumuamua and Borisov, except this one is doing things no one expected. It was following the light curve, dipping a little, then starting in October, it shot above. We're talking nearly 5 times brighter than the models predicted. And the bizarre thing, the truly mind-bending detail, was that it didn't have a tail. It was brighter, but diffuse. No magnificent tail like C2006S3, Lehman, which is also doing its thing right now. It was a complete anomaly. Where was all that energy going? Where was the dust? Where was the gas? Well, we had a theory, didn't we? We'd been forecasting it since July, the massive solar activity. We are smack in the middle of a solar maximum, folks, and the sun is undergoing its magnetic flip, which happens every 11 to 12 years. This time, however, it launched a spectacular series of solar storms, one after another, all directed toward the far side of the sun, exactly where 3I Atlas was heading for its superior conjunction on October 21st, and then its perihelion on October 29th. We saw the imagery, the stacked CCR1 and stereo A data. This thing was getting hit. It was absorbing the most intense solar energy flux in decades. It was a cosmic baptism by fire. We were watching, wondering, is this the moment the object, whatever it is, finally gives up its secrets? Is the energy of the solar system's heart going to unlock the ancient, perhaps billion-year-old material this thing is made of? The suspense was palpable because for days, nothing. Just that slightly too bright, tailless coma. But now, that waiting period is over. The energy transfer, the infusion of solar fire into that deep space material, seems to have reached a critical tipping point. Chapter 2. The Ecliptic Staging Ground. But before we dive into the new imagery of 3I Atlas, we have to talk about the strange, the truly bizarre cameo appearance of C2025V1 Borisov. Now, this is not the famous interstellar comet Borisov from 2019, but a new one, V1, which was picked up around November 2nd or 3rd. Astronomers got a few days of observation, enough to calculate its orbital trajectory, which showed it was coming up perpendicular to the ecliptic plane, heading for a mid-November perihelion. A standard, albeit new, comet. Here's where the physics-defying part comes in. At the moment of observation, this comet, this V1 Borisov, was situated directly, and I mean directly, between 3I Atlas and the Earth. Think about that geometry. You have the sun. You have 3I Atlas close to the sun after perihelion. You have the Earth observing. And right there, in that tiny sliver of space, pops up V1 Borisov. Its calculated trajectory was completely different, but where we found it was a precise, almost placed alignment. It's like the universe set up a cosmic checkpoint. The fact that it was positioned exactly there, right in the pathway of the potential energetic output of 3I Atlas. This is a situation that begs for more than just a mundane explanation. We observed it for a few days. Maybe it didn't have a tail either. Maybe it was a dark twin of Atlas, situated in a temporary magnetic bubble created by the recent solar storm activity. We don't know. But the key is that it showed up. It established the geometric link between 3I Atlas and Earth. And then the waiting began for its perihelion, which was calculated for the middle of November. Everyone was looking, trying to get more light curve data, more spectral analysis. But the universe, or whatever forces are at play here, had other plans. Borisov was only observed for a few days, and then, as quickly as it appeared, it started to dim, losing its structure, stretching out. This was a clear precursor to something catastrophic. Chapter 3: The Plasma Revelation. Now, let's get back to the main event, the reason we're all here. 3I Atlas. This new observation made today, November 8th, by Michael Yerger, and you can find the link to his imagery on Twitter, completely changes the narrative. After all that solar fire, after all that solar wind and radiation impact, after days of being just a bright, fuzzy blob with no apparent tail, it has finally awakened. It has begun erupting with jets of plasma. Not one tail, not two, but at least 5 distinct jets coming off of it. They are emerging from multiple points on the coma in various directions. This tells us that the object, whatever the nucleus, the dark heart is highly active, and the activity is localized. It's spewing out material in high-speed, focused streams, not just diffuse clouds. This shows the heating has finally penetrated the outer crust that protected it for billions of years. The sun's energy finally caused that deep phase change, that explosive expansion from ice to gas. And the fact that we're seeing them at all, given the difficult viewing angle with the sun almost directly behind it, means the activity is immense. The true size of the jets is likely far greater than what we can perceive. This is its final energetic activation. Chapter 4: The Vanishing Act. But as Atlas enters its final, spectacular phase, V1 Borisov exits the stage. Poof, gone. Observed for a few days, trajectory calculated, and then it disappears on or near the day of its perihelion. So we have two possibilities. Possibility 1, the mainstream view. It was a small, fragile comet. As it approached the sun, the stresses of solar heating tore it apart. It became dust too fine to observe. Possibility 2, the energetic synchronicity. Its existence was temporary and geometric. It appeared exactly in the corridor between Earth and the activating 3I Atlas. Did the electromagnetic material spewing from Atlas destabilize Borisov? Atlas's magnetic field can surge from 50 nanotesla to 300 nanotesla during a solar storm impact. Maybe Borisov was used as a temporary conductor, a bridge, in the solar system's electric currents along the ecliptic. And when Atlas fully activated, the surge overwhelmed it. Or, more bizarrely, its role was simply to mark the alignment, then disappear. The synchronicity, the alignment, the disintegration, all of it is extremely strange. Chapter 5: The Quantum Contagion. Here's the deal. We move beyond rock and ice now. We talk about the universe as an integrated conscious unit. 3I Atlas, regardless of origin, whether from Barnard's star 6 light-years away, a quick 30,000-year trip, or another galaxy a billion years old, is now spewing interstellar material into our inner solar system. We're talking volatiles, dust, but also energy and information. Water, one of the main components of comets, is quantum. It forms coherence domains, captures photons, holds information. Interstellar water, CO2, CO, CN, all that, has been traveling through the universal medium for billions of years, storing ancient cosmic information. Now it's ionizing, expanding, swept up by solar wind and inward flowing electric currents along the ecliptic plane. This material may be drawn inward toward the sun and toward the inner planets, including Earth. We are being bathed in this extragalactic information. It will spread through the entire solar system. This is a quantum contagion, an injection of ancient, energized, perhaps conscious material into our collective solar system consciousness. And it happens at the exact moment of a solar maximum and a magnetic flip. Chapter 6: The Age of the Third Eye. So what does all this mean for us? It means we are entering a state of expanded consciousness. Why is everyone suddenly interested in 3I Atlas? Why did a US Congresswoman ask NASA for imagery? Why is Kim Kardashian talking about it? Atlas, the map, the book, is symbolic. We are moving from intellectual knowing to embodied knowing. The interstellar plasma shower is a catalyst. The timing is perfect. Along the ecliptic plane, 5 degrees off, same inclination as the moon, during a powerful solar maximum storm cycle. The strange sequence, prolonged storms, sudden plasma jets, impossible alignment, vanishing Borisov, all points to something non-mundane. This is the beginning of our awakening to the greater intergalactic reality. We're not infants anymore. We're toddlers starting to look outside the cradle. We've detected 3 interstellar objects now. Oumuamua, 2017. Borisov, 2019. 3I Atlas, 2025. There are likely dozens more already inside the heliosphere. This is just the first crack in the door. The energy of 3I Atlas, the solar maximum, our expanding awareness, it's all synchronized. We are entering the age of the third eye. I'll keep tracking the data, the energy, and the consciousness shifts every step of the way. Wishing you all well, and see you in the next video as we continue to track this bizarre, beautiful, and deeply conscious event unfolding in our solar system.